Hi friends, I'm the vegan. I make a zucchini noodle recipe today, another one. Endless varieties. Zucchinis are wonderful for making dough because they have this sponge-like texture. I don't cut it open now, I'll show you in a moment. Like a dough, and it can soak the juice, the dressing, and it is very nice to make noodle that is similar to real noodles. I mean from grains, but I make a dressing for that, and that's also a part of the variety. You can make many shapes and many different dressings and many combinations with other vegetables in the same dish. So you have so many variations, and of course zucchini are very healthy. Squash from the family, and they have so many health benefits. Don't begin to enumerate them now. Very healthy greens and all these kind of things. Enough. Dressing now, that is a curry cream dressing. I love this dressing. It's a lot of curry in there. The main ingredient is curry powder. But for the base I use cashews and sesame seeds. A handful of cashews, my usual ratio when I use nuts, and a little bit of sesame seed. Especially I want to make the dressing a little bit more, that's a twist to my regular cashew creams. I don't necessarily use sesame seeds. You can leave it away, or I want to like a little bit more stronger flavor now. Cashews are rather sweet, and sesame seeds are a little bit more savory. Can be bitter even, but just a little bit to balance the other ingredients in the salad, the greens. That have some spinach today together with my zucchini, and the sesame seed is very nice together with spinach because of several reasons. I will talk about that later eventually. But now for that, it's also nice to have this creaminess from the cashews, a little bit firmer the character by the sesame seeds. And together with this, I use a lemon here. This is one lemon, but I will begin using only half of it. One lemon might be too much, so half only to begin with. So this I will put in later eventually. I'm just ready to use it. Not necessarily. I will see later. I will taste it. And one banana that is very special for the curry cream dressing. One banana because curry is wonderful together with a little bit of sweetness. It's perfect with curry. And now my seasoning here, the spices, and that is pepper and salt to begin with. Here too, the standard, and this is the huge pile of curry powder. You can't take too much, really. It's so much. You have to take too much. It's very, very nice. And just ginger and a piece of garlic, a clove. That's all. Ginger, garlic, pepper, salt, and huge amount of curry powder. There are so many kinds of curry powder. It's up to you what you like. I have my preferred curry dealer, spices dealer, and he has all kinds of spices. It's a little bit more expensive, but for curry, for example, I like to go to him. Other spices I get at the health food shop. Good enough, but curry is very special. You can make your own curry. But that is different. There are so many other spices in the curry. It's a mixture. The English, by the way, the British people have invented it. Not even the Indians who think it's from India. It's not. But well, doesn't matter. So now a little bit of water, maybe a cup to begin with. I can always add a little bit of water after tasting it. Now blender dance. This is the color I wanted, this yellow. This is a bright yellow color from the curry powder. That is coming from turmeric. Curry, the main ingredient in turmeric is in curry powder is turmeric. This makes the yellow color, The curcumin, it is very potent. It's an antioxidant, it's an anti-inflammatory. It can even heal cancer. Truly, that's not exaggerated, it can, but you shouldn't try it on yourself. Go to a doctor and not do it yourself. Cancer is far too serious for that. So now, taste check, flavor check. Wonderful. Yes, half a lemon was enough. Half a lemon, not a lemon. And a bit more water, for sure. Just a little bit more. A shot, so yummy. Oh, you will love it. One shot blending. So the water now is everywhere, and it can soak a little bit. The cashews and the sesame seeds, they soak a little bit now. Pre-blended, soaked. And then I blend a second time after I make my main ingredients. So now, here is the zucchini. I have to see, beautiful, right? It is so healthy. I know Lebanon. There was a friend of mine in Berlin. He was a wounded soldier from Lebanon, a young boy. He was in Berlin when I was there, came here, friendship with him, and he told me so many things about Lebanon. I didn't know, I had no idea. Lebanon they have a wonderful cuisine, ancient cuisine, with 1,000 great vegetables and fruit, so rich. And he told me about zucchini a little bit, and tahini and these kind of things. Tahini as related to zucchini. So many stories. So Lebanese kitchen is definitely something you could check out. Wonderful inspirations. And zucchini, for me, is one that comes from Lebanon. So here's my zucchini, my spiralizer. It's a large zucchini, and I need the big spiralizer for that. The small one here would be too small. Yeah. It is not really versatile. You have such a big zucchini. This one is a little bit small. You could use it, but it's difficult. So for this one, I use the big spiralizer. This is for traveling more. Yeah. You can also buy small zucchinis, then you can take that. But today I want to do something special. I have here, I show you, this is a blade with this spiralizer. They're not very expensive, 20 or 30 bucks or so. You get them. And they have, this is the blade, and they have different kinds of blades. This one is just simple, one blade, and here to fix the zucchini, and then you turn it around, and then it slices it. You have a very sharp blade, and then you get the noodles. And this will be more brown noodles. Tagliatelle maybe, okay. The Italians, they have 1,000 names for it. They are specialists there. They have these, but there are many other kinds, and today I want to make this one with brown noodles. It's just a fancy, and I won't do that now. I have put now my salad bowl in front to catch the zucchinis, and I will fix it to the bottom, to the ground. It's a special mechanism. No? That's why I have to take away the cutting board. Now it's firm. And I can begin. But first I have to cut the zucchini, of course. I have to make here straight cuts to fit it into the machine. But by that is very easy. Like this. Oops. Yeah, just that it is straight. And that you have this horizontal. Now I'll put it in here to grip, and here to fix. And now I can spiralize away. Very simple. It has to be fixed on the ground, so I can push it to the other hand while I do this rotation. Yeah, there we go. It works. A wonderful, I show you in a moment, my tagliatelle, zucchini tagliatelle noodles. Like slices. Oh, it looks nice. And this tool is so versatile, it's so wonderful. I make so many wonderful noodle dishes with it. Whoops, a little interruption. Well, don't want to miss it anymore. So much fun to have all these variations of kind. We can use it for carrots, or even for pumpkin, for butternut squash. So many possibilities. Cucumbers, you can use it in so many ways. It's really nice, and you have all these wonderful noodle dishes. They're so much fun. Children love it, of course. And because the thing is with noodles, you have such a big surface. Yeah, the noodles are vegetable, and they have a large surface of a small amount of vegetable. You have a big surface, and then the dressing can be everywhere. You see? Is that nice? It's just one zucchini. It's a big meal, a big dish, but the zucchini has no calories almost. Very light and so healthy. You see, like a cucumber, a little bit like a squash, very light version. And all I do now is I cut it in smaller pieces, because otherwise I have it all over my face when I eat it. And that is not very easy. Just put it on the cutting board. Take the cutting knife, the chef knife, do 1, 2, 3, 4, and crosswise, and here we go. That's all. Yeah. Show you in a moment what I've done. So, the size of my noodles now is like this. See, little spirals here. But it's not perfect like tagliatelle, yeah, but in a little bit, you know, the new kind of noodle here. And the Italians, the families there, traditional families, they are very proud to have their own noodles, create every year a new one, and they have countless of names and everything. It's amazing. Yeah, it's a great invention. But they also come from Asia, noodles. They have the most amazing noodle soup, Japanese or Chinese, and they're very famous. And the recipes for the noodle soups are secret. The dough, how they make the noodles, I don't know, flour, they use a certain kind of flour. It's a secret kept for generations, and they can be rather outstanding. I've never been there, but I've heard a lot about it. It must be wonderful. And noodle soups are very special. They are from Asia. Noodles are not only from Italy. Asia has noodles too. So I put now you see I have the spinach here, some leaves, cut also into slices, so similar shape as the zucchini, so they can mix a little bit. They can be combined easily, yeah. And I guess it looks nice. Doesn't it look nice? It's a nice green, light, calorie-low dish with a wonderful creamy dressing. And that is so simple, yeah? And it's so simple to make this kind of noodle dish with a wonderful dressing. And so we'll try that now. Yeah, the texture is a little bit firm again, but the zucchini there will release a little bit of water from inside when they're on the plate afterwards when you eat it, and so this water can go into the dressing. So the dressing doesn't need to be perfect in texture. Texture can be a little bit thicker than you would want to have it eat it, because it gets automatically a little bit diluted from the zucchini water. And that's even more with cucumbers. If you make cucumber noodles, they release even more water, and then we have also a different kind of dressing, of course. But now I taste it again, and I will have to blend up again. Let's see now. Wonderful. I was really looking forward to making this today. Spontaneous idea. I'm happy to decide to do that. It wouldn't be wrong at all to blend it a little bit longer. You have a power blender, gets warm. Why not? Why not make it a warm dressing? But today, for me now, I just make it as is. Wonderful creaminess. The creamier it gets, the more fine blended, the smoother, the more the taste is balanced. And all the ingredients in the dressing, they are perfectly balanced now. They can combine perfectly and rounded flavor. So texture is very important. And here, especially with noodles, yeah. And here now I show you the dressing. Beautiful. Very nice dish. I love it. So simple, right? Spinach, one word, the spinach has oxalates. That is a salt, creates other salts in the body that are insoluble. And when salt is insoluble, it can build little stones. Yeah? And they can go to the kidney, to the gallbladder. And that's very painful. And they collect over the years. If you eat more and more of it, there's small amounts, and they collect. You make these stones, and then you have trouble now. A neighbor of mine, an old man, he has to go to surgery now, get the kidney stones out. Very, very painful. He's not very happy, and his wife told me recently. But that is in spinach a little bit. So there's a little bit of concern. You cannot eat spinach every day. It's a very healthy vegetable, greens in general. Spinach also no exception, very healthy. But you cannot eat it too often. By putting lemon into it, then the oxalates will not build into stones. The lemon will keep it from doing that. That is good for that's why lemon is so good for spinach. And sesame seed is so good because the spinach has also calcium and iron, but you cannot absorb it from the spinach. So when you want to have your calcium and your iron from the spinach, you cannot get it. You just take sesame seeds. It's very high in iron and calcium, and you can absorb that because that works in the body. It cannot absorb the iron and calcium from the spinach, but it can at the same time from the calcium from the sesame seeds. That's why sesame seed and lemon such a good idea together with spinach. So I'll combine that now. I want to see what it looks like and show you then before I go away and enjoy it. It looks very nice. Looks very nice to me. And I bet it tastes a bomb. Yeah, you gotta definitely try this curry dressing. I have some different kinds of curry dressings, always with banana, you know, very nice. But you can make always simple kind of dressing with curry, but they are highly recommended and my friends love them. That's what I have today. That's my lunch. What are you having for lunch? Tell me, let me know. I'll be happy to share everything. Every day new recipe. Get it? Subscribe Emily Vegan on YouTube and maybe like my video. And find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest and Twitter.